Okay, Russians lost three planes. It was fighter bomber planes SU-34 that are usually used by Russians to drop glide bombs. They were lost by Russians in Kherson region, in Kherson Oblast. We have a small bridgehead on the left bank of the river, just opposite the Kherson itself, which is on the right bank of Dnieper River. So just across the river, we have a small bridgehead, and Russians are trying to eliminate this bridgehead, and they are using, besides all the other munitions, they are using quite a lot of glide bombs. And for us, for our forces, glide bombs are really a very serious threat that we don't have a counter to that as yet, because they have a lot of them, and this is the main more or less precise munitions that they have. Um, they take the dumb bomb, they attach wings, the glide unit, which is very looks very crude, and there were problems with them that quite a lot of bombs. I mean, this glide unit is stripping off, and bomb from glide bombs instantly converts into the dumb bomb, into the free fall bomb, and. And they are doing it from quite far away, at least 50 kilometers, and we don't have our anti-aircraft missiles, surface-to-air missiles, normally that are used in the front line. They don't have that range, and and that's the problem. So we cannot shoot down the bombs themselves. We cannot shoot down the aircraft that are dropping them, because they are too far away. And Russians, I mean, they have lots and lots of such bombs, because you just take the dumb bomb they have an enormous amount, and you attach, and you quite easily convert it into glide bomb. Uh, it is now the main precise munition, because they don't actually have that many. They have some anti-radiation missiles that can be called precise, and some guided missiles. But I think there should be somebody painting the target with a laser, so that it is laser guided missile, and that's all. And they have quite a lot of dumb bombs, and some maybe dumb rockets, but not precise munitions. So for us, glide bombs are really big threat and big problems that we don't have a counter for. How these three how these three SU-34s were shot down? With the help of what? There was speculation that yes, we have F-16s, and the F-16s, were doing the shooting, but I think it is not so. And I think that there was a confirmation that it was a new Patriot system that we received from Germany, the second one. They already gave us one complete system, and now they have given us one more. And this one more, I think it was sent to the south to bolster the anti-aircraft and anti-ballistic and air defense in whole of our southern regions. I mean, Odessa, Nikolaev, Kherson, which were quite heavily, they were on receiving end of the attacks of Russian forces during the second half of summer and till this day. And I think these Patriot missiles were sneak closer to Dnieper, and when opportunity presented itself, they just shot down all these three aircraft. Russians confirm it, and as usually there were quite a lot of wailing there. They saying why the aircraft were sent there, because uh, in November we detected some aircraft detected quite potent, quite powerful radar in the area, which can be associated with some serious anti-aircraft surface-to-air missile system. Also, they said about the SU-34M, also Soviet era bomber, which was shot down quite recently near Snake Island, which is also quite far away, about 50 kilometers away from the shore. So there was a system that was able to, to reach that far away. So, I mean, there were indications. The Russians said that there were indications that we have something that long range. Actually, Patriot is medium range. It is not, I think, long range, but maybe you can consider it long range in our circumstances. And I would like to remind you that in May of this year, in 2023, there was incident in Bryansk Oblast of Russia. Then during one day, and not only one day, I think it was within like 15 minutes, 5 aircraft were shot down, 3 planes and 2 helicopters. And they were doing the same mission. They were dropping glide bombs to Chernigov Oblast, and they were doing it without any punishment, at will, and they were doing it for quite some time until one unlucky day for Russian air space forces. 5 units were just swept from the sky within 10 or 15 minutes. There were also speculation which was done, how it was done. There were speculations that it was, friendly fire, that it was blue on blue, that some Russian surface-to-air missile complexes mistakenly thought that it was Ukrainian aircraft and they shot them down. But then there was, I think, it was missile, or I think it was the day of the air defense, and there was a video which was posted by Ministry of Defense, Ukrainian Ministry of Defense, and the Patriot was featured there, and on the back of the Patriot they were, painted the wings of this particular system. And then there was a date in May, and 5 aircraft, 3 planes and 2 helicopters. So when everybody saw this, it was obvious that it was Patriot missiles that were used to do it in Chernigov, in Bryansk Oblast, defending Chernigov Oblast of Ukraine. And since then, I haven't heard about anything about glide bombs going off from Bryansk to Chernigov. They learned their lessons, that they can be intercepted at any moment by Patriot. Now I'm sure that quite a lot of Russian pilots will refuse to do such missions, and the pressure on our forces in Krinky, these are huge bombs. The lightest of them is 250 kilograms, then 500 kilograms and 1.5 tons. If such bomb, even if not, it is not very precise, it is not, lands right on top of your head. But if it goes off, 500 kilogram bomb goes off somewhere near you, you will suffer. And our boys were suffering, and they had a lot of them. There was a day when, in October, when Russians used 120 of such bombs in one day. and it was really big problem. Now, if we by doing this, by killing these three planes, we are going to prevent them from doing it so freely. It will be a great relief to our forces there. Also, I would like to say one more thing. There is a quite persistent rumor that everything that we saw going on last summer, I mean the summer of 2023, about our counterattack, counter offensive, it was Plan B. The Plan A was to cross the Dnieper and go from crossing to Crimea, and it is the shortest route. It is like 60 kilometers only from the bank of the Dnieper to the entrance of Crimea, and there were not so many. There were no Surovikin lines there. There were not so many fortifications. Probably we now are looking at the beginning of realization of previous plan. But to do that, we need to have some kind of a pontoon bridge, some kind of a river crossing, working, without any interruption, so that the supply of our forces can be done in such a way. But if you make a pontoon bridge and then enemy aircraft are going to lob 500 ton or 1.5 ton bombs there, it will not stand for too long. It will be a constant threat that this lifeline will be broken. So also Russian aircraft were used to drop some mines in the Black Sea to try to prevent Ukraine from exporting grain, and these grain ships with grain, they could use aircraft to, for example, as they did. They sent anti-radiation missile that hit one of the ships that were in Odessa, I think in the port of Odessa. So knowing that Patriot is somewhere there in this area, they will be much more reluctant to do so. I would like to summarize that we were able to threaten the Black Sea Fleet, so now they left the most dangerous and the most valuable ships. They left Crimea and they now are hiding in Novorossiysk. And all the ships and submarines that we used to launch Caliber missiles, these cruise missiles that they were launching from Black Sea and targeting Ukrainian cities and Ukrainian infrastructure and everything, they are now, even if they still use them to launch Caliber missiles, and they stopped launching it for quite some time already. It will be done from far away, and our forces will have more time to react, to detect, and to prepare, to send interceptors, and to be able to do it in the best possible way, because it will be done not from Crimea, but from further away, and we will have more time to react. So it is a good piece of news, and let them, if some of the pilots were killed during that, let them rot in hell or burn in hell, whatever. They were killers, that they were killing our people. And for the rest of you watching, all the best, Merry Christmas, and Slava Ukraini. Bye.